Hi everyone, welcome. I'm down here in my wormery preparing to check in on my bin of mixed red worms. System is now 163 days of age and it's feeding number 15. I'm preparing to put in some banana peel, some coffee. I've also got a soiled paper towel over here as well as the coffee filter. That'll go with the feeding as well. The cool thing about this diagram, it's a little something that I only did for this one container. I don't do this for all of my systems, but I've taken notes on what things were fed when, and I've even scratched out things that there's no sign of anymore. So when we bump into things, we can quickly take a quick look at this thing and, oh, okay, it's been, for example, 105 days of little corn cob spheres being put in here, which will still probably be in here. Corn cob spheres on this side of the bin and the things put on that side of the bin. And when we're done, this piece of paper will simply be left in here for the worms to digest over time. In fact, here's the one we left last time. After just one interval between feedings, leaving something like this on this top surface isn't going to do much. Same thing with the feeding zone indicator, showing us where we last fed. So we'll usually use these and put them down into the feeding area to complement the foods, because we do have a replacement diagram and a replacement feeding zone indicator, a replacement coffee filter, to put in there so the old ones can just become bedding. So, like I said, today's feeding, number 15, is going to be banana peel, coffee, and it's almost a carbon copy of what they got last time. They also got a little bit of bread last time, 12 days ago, and I've got a funny feeling that maybe we'll see some stem of the banana peel, but the banana peel will be nice and weathered, I'm sure, by now. And there's all the other stuff that we're, going to encounter too. These leftovers of, well, let's keep this thing handy, right? That's avocado pit, 59 days on this peel avocado, and there's even some avocado in there. I think that's probably what this stuff here is. So I'm curious as to why they've not eaten it. There's going to be avocado pits in here. And, well, I got a feeling that was one of our corn cob spheres. It just gave, I wasn't really going out of my way to break it. I just felt something. I went to go pick it up and it broke in my fingertips. So it wasn't really a direct effort to help with the breakdown. I usually try not to help with the breakdown. Here's the gourd. These things are hollow, and the fact that it's got some good weight to it makes me so curious as to why it feels that way. Because these things are usually featherweight items. I just keep thinking it'd be nice if we could penetrate the skin, but I don't want to go crazy. Oh, there we go. There, that's what it is. There's fluid that's gathered inside this thing. So let's see if I pour it out. Little seeds. Not too surprising. This is a little miniature pumpkin, basically, I guess, right? So that's kind of cool. I've been wanting to give the worms access to the inside of that thing. And, over here we could clearly see the gourd was put in here 38 days ago. So over 5 weeks now. And they've only had access to the outside of it. Kind of cool that moisture was able to seep into the thing. And, well, I just sort of helped detach one of these banana peels from the rest of the banana peel, which is usually put in here as a whole item. This must be the bread, because it feels like a solid single object, and it's still stuck to the old coffee filter feeding zone indicator that we put in here. So at least we gave the stuff a good soaking. The bread was dampened considerably. It looks like this is just another maybe piece of bread attached to it. So we've got all kinds of cool stuff. Here's, avocado pits at this point, giving pretty readily. This is a corn cob sphere too, which I will not break. We'll leave this one to continue weathering down on its own without any assistance from me. There's the busted one. And, well, I think if we, it did break. Where's the other half of it? Alright, there was another piece. That was unusual, it just vanished. Alright. More banana peel. So they got 2 banana peels last time. They're getting another 2 banana peels today. 12 days, not not too surprising to find leftovers of that. And over here, we're just exploring, we're just seeing how things are going. We'll, put everything back the way we found it. Except that feeding zone indicator won't be needed there anymore, because that's not where the last feeding will have been placed. It will have been placed over here, where the last check-in on this side was 24 days ago. Potato, peel, strawberry, cucumber. Well, I think even by last time there were no signs of those things in there as far as leftovers go. So we've definitely got a good turnout over here. Lots of worms feasting on a whole bunch of different types of leftovers over here, but we didn't come over onto this side to feed, so I think it's best that we just start returning all of the leftovers that we encountered along the way so that they can continue on breaking this stuff down for us. It's just so weird how the bread stuck to this coffee filter. They were like attached to each other. But I'm not going to help it along. Let's just put it back the way we found it. This we definitely helped along, I think, by popping a hole into the side of it, so that's cool. I'm glad we were finally able to get through the skin of that thing. It's so tough. And it did require a little bit of effort to get through it. So, all kinds of leftovers from the most recent feeding, leftovers from feedings gone by quite a while ago now. But we're pretty much done over there. I guess the stuff that I'm bringing over is a little bit dry. It's okay. Been wondering if maybe we would want to start thinking about coming back on with plastic coverings. You might have noticed when we first came in here, the covering was paper only. Allows for a good bit of breathing, But I think we've allowed things in here to dry off quite nicely to the point where we could probably go back with plastic coverings onto here. So here's the stem of a pumpkin. This is a stalk from Brussels sprouts. This one we didn't break in half. Last time we were able to kind of pop one of these things wide open and see all the worms hanging out inside of it. There is so few leftovers on this side. Things have really been getting worked down nicely, I must say. So this must be what remains of one of those things. But by kind of shredding it last time and, exposing its core and, pretty much turning it inside out, we gave worms, direct access to a whole lot of it. Here, like the entire inside of this thing is possibly protected, or maybe it's full of worms. I am curious, but we'll let it be. It's always interesting to just watch how something takes its own sweet time, whatever amount of time it requires to break down. So the way we've been applying bedding, I don't know. When I think about it, it does seem a little bit skimpy. That all we're really doing is, we're going to take this at the end, plop it on the top as just a top covering in a way. So all we've really been doing as far as putting in bedding is using the old diagram that had been in here, the old feeding zone indicator, and I don't know if we're being too stingy on bedding. Maybe one of these days we want to supplement it even better. But for now, we'll just stick to what we've been doing. Pretty much a carbon copy minus the bread. I wasn't sure what to expect from the bread. I did dampen it considerably. Try to help with the breakdown process. Now I've got this paper towel here. That's, I guess, going to be a little bonus bedding too. Just so I don't have to feel like I've been such a stingy miser when it comes to bedding. But before we finish here, let's throw in a little bit of crushed eggshell in case they want it or need it. And then we can come in with our daily portion of coffee. Here again, we'll use these things to cover up in the traditional fashion, using the feeding zone indicator and then just leaving the old diagram out on the surface to welcome us when we come back in. These diagrams have been going in just like this in most cases, I think, for the past few check-ins, but I really don't recall encountering them. So I think the worms like gobbling up those diagrams because there's usually no sign of them. next time we come back into these systems. Did we have leftovers that we were supposed to sink down? Well, I guess there was a stem of a pepper here, still holding out. Pretty cool. When was that was over on this side, right? So pepper stems. Wow, almost 100 days. A week away from 100 days. That stem has been in the worm bin. I never thought pepper stems would take quite so long to break down, but it does seem like they do take a little while. So here's our traditional method of showing ourselves where we last fed, over here on this side. And thinking about it, do we want to go with plastic coverings? I like the moisture content in here. Putting on plastic covering could just be a matter of laying out a little piece of plastic bag or something, you know. I'll decide later when I'm putting stuff away. For now, I think we're done. Maybe I'll get plastic, maybe I won't, whatever. Alright everyone, that's it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, as always, please don't forget to leave me a quick thumbs up before you go. That's always really appreciated. And if you haven't done so already, please also consider subscribing to the channel. That's very much appreciated as well. Alright everyone, have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye now.